Welcome to this week's tutorial. This week we are going to do a little routine or like 3 tricks after each other, which is kind of going into each other. And it even has a release of the hand in it. So this time it's a real drop. So it's an intermediate tutorial, but the beginner can still do the training of the temps and the first part, which is the legs through the hoop. You've for sure seen it many times and it's really pretty. So let's start with that one. Take a small temp and through. So your hands are on top of the hoop, on the top bar, and close to each other. Because what you want to do is you want to go with your feet through the hoop, which means you want to have your hand as close as possible to the middle, so you have as much space as possible to go through. So this is the first thing which is important. So hang down, straight arms. You can take it, you should take a temp, I recommend. So just take a little temp and then up here, basically. So you're going to put your feet there and through. So straight and through and down again. There is 2 things which help a lot with this move. Number 1, you need leg lifts. So straight arm, straight leg lift will help a lot for this trick. Because if you can't lift your leg, it will always be very uncontrolled. Of course, you get some speed, but you still kind of have to be able to have your arms straight, be up there and go through with your legs here. Somewhere here, it will be just beside your arms. Number 2, of course, you need the compression. So you can kind of at least be like this. Say your hands down here and your feet have to go past here. So this kind of flexibility you will need. You will need to be able to go with your feet past your hand. And another thing which I realized is when you do the trick and you want to look up very much and you push your chest forward, this angle will make your hips coming up, which means it will be even harder to get them through. So try to keep your hip down so your legs can go through without hitting the bar, because even the bar, it's round on the hoop. It means it actually gets lower. So if you push your hip up a lot and then go through with your legs, you will have less space. So try to keep your hip down. Take a temp and go through with your legs. I will show it to you one more time. So hands close to the sling. Hang down with straight arms. Let me turn to you. Yes. Take a small temp and through. Once you are through, you basically just go down with your legs again. There. I would recommend you, before you do the trick, warm up your straddle. So working on your straddle, working on your hand on your pike, working on your leg lift, and then putting it together. Yes. This is the first part. It's far more complicated, I would say, because that one has the release of the hands in it. So this one, don't train without the mat. Don't train with someone who can hold you, who knows how to hold, or a professional instructor. Do first the tries before. So be careful with this one. This said, you end basically after the straddle behind the bar. So your hip are about on bar level. Your arms are straight again. You will take a temp. And then the first thing you can train is, let me show it to you. You just have to come up here. So you just ended after the straddle. The first thing you should train is that you're training this. So temps, where you're getting the hoop in your hips and you're lifting up the leg. Because the moment you are releasing the bar is not before your legs are up there. So they are already almost on the back. And the circle is like this. So you have to think a big circle with your legs. So you're going around, coming to the back. That's the moment you release your hands, not before that. I will show you the whole trick one more time from the side, so you can see the release. Yeah, let's do it. We are here behind the hoop. You can take first the temp, straight legs. Yeah. So when your legs are up there, you release and you finish the temp. You can, as you can see, I have straight legs. If you want, which is probably easier, would be first to do it with bent legs. So you are, but you still do the same thing. You take a temp. Once your hip touch the bar, the knees continue, then you release when you really are in the movement and in the speed and your hip is rolling around the bar. Yeah, let's see it one more time in slow motion. And then we proceed to number 3. In the last part, I think it's really important that, first of all, of course, that your shoulders are protected. You have to be strong enough to take a catch, because this is, even though you don't release your hands, it's kind of a catch. You're going backwards and you have to catch from the bar to your long arms. You have to be able to catch that. So I recommend to try that first. You have the floor, you have a mat, go on your stomach and then drop back. Try to feel this moment. Get strong enough to catch it. The second thing you should think about is when you are going from your stomach balance backwards down, the same time you are going backwards, your hip actually are doing the movement forward and up. So they almost start, or it goes really in the same time. Your legs go up into the straddle, the hips, and the arms are going backwards. You are going backwards with your upper body. So you try again to do a roll around the hoop, but it won't become a roll because your arms are getting long and straight, but your hands will end up on your hips. You don't want to end up like having your hips far away and then have to come push up. It's easier to like do this invert. You kind of flip your whole body around. You don't flip it, but you turn your body. Hips go up, arms go down. Let me show it to you one more time. So your hands have to be beside your hips. So have them so wide so you can place your hip here when you train it by itself. This also means you will have to be able to hold the straddle with the hands wider than normally, because most of the time we hold the straddle like this. Now you will have to be able to hold it while having the hands a bit wider. So train straddle with wider hands. Train catching yourself in straight arms to be strong enough, and then put it together. I show it to you one more time. So you're in the stomach balance. Left. Yeah. So this was this week's tutorial. I really hope you enjoy it. Be safe when you're training it. Get help. Don't try it alone. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on social media, extraordinary.fitness. Share the video with other people if you liked it. And if you have any question, just leave a comment below. I'm really happy to answer it. And yeah, see you next Wednesday for a new tutorial. Bye.